Good morning, students. Today we shall learn about fertilization, development of embryo and childbirth. So let's begin with fertilization. Students, what is fertilization? You already know, right? Yes, fertilization is the process of fusion of male gamete and female gamete. So male gamete is sperm, female gamete is ovum. So it is the fusion of sperm and ovum. And now, where does this fusion takes place? It takes place in fallopian tube of female reproductive system. So this is the fallopian tube, right? So fertilization takes place somewhere here. And what is the product of fertilization? After the fusion of sperm and ovum, we get a structure called zygote. So this is the zygote. This zygote is unicellular because during the fusion process, it is the nucleus of sperm that enters the ovum and fuses with the nucleus of ovum. Remaining all the structures of the sperms are shut off. So fertilization process appudu only sperm యొక్క న్యూక్లియస్ మాత్రమే ఓవంలోకి ఎంటర్ అవుతుంది. రిమైనింగ్ పార్ట్స్ టెయిల్, హెడ్ రీజియన్ అంతా షట్ ఆఫ్ అయిపోతుంది. సో జైగోట్ ఈస్ వన్ సెల్డ్, బట్ there are two nuclei which fuse to form one nucleus. So sperms contain 23 chromosomes in their nucleus, ovum contain 23 chromosomes, and so this zygote contains 46 chromosomes, but the number of cells is only 1. Did you understand? Yes, this zygote soon after its formation undergoes repeated cell division and becomes multicellular embryo. So first division makes it 2-celled embryo, then next division makes it 4-celled embryo, followed by 8-celled embryo, then 16 to 30-celled, and so on. But at this stage, 16 to 32-celled stage, the embryo enters into uterus and gets implanted in the endometrial layer of uterus. Endometrial layer means the innermost layer of the uterine wall. You know, right? Uterine wall is made up of 3 layers. Innermost is endometrium, followed by myometrium, and the outermost is perimetrium. So our embryo enters into endometrium and gets fixed there. It gets buried there, and that process is called as implantation. So 16 to 32 celled stage వచ్చిన తర్వాత embryo uterus లోకి ఎంటర్ అయ్యి ఎండోమెట్రియల్ లేయర్ అంటే ఇన్నర్మోస్ట్ లేయర్ లోపలికి ఎంటర్ అయ్యి దాని లోపల బరి అయి ఫిక్స్ అయిపోతుంది. అండ్ ఈ ప్రాసెస్ని ఏమంటారంటే ఇంప్లాంటేషన్ అంటారు. ఆఫ్టర్ దిస్ ప్రాసెస్, after getting implanted in the wall of the uterus, see this picture, this is the uterine wall, endometrial wall. In this wall, the embryo got implanted, that is got buried. Understood? So after this, the cell division still continues and number of cells keep on increasing. So the number of cells in the embryo continuously increases due to rapid cell division. At one stage, outermost cells of the embryo divides rapidly and form 4 membranes around the embryo. So ఒక స్టేజ్లో చుట్టూ ఉండే సెల్స్, అవుటర్ మోస్ట్ లేయర్ ఆఫ్ సెల్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా, అవి ఏమవుతాయంటే ర్యాపిడ్గా డివైడ్ అయ్యి 4 మెంబ్రెన్స్ని తయారు చేస్తాయి. సో నౌ ఎంబ్రియో ఈజ్ సరౌండెడ్ బై 4 membranes, and these membranes are called as extra embryonic membranes. Why they are called extra? Extra means outer to embryo. So they are outside the embryo. So they are called as extra embryonic membranes. Now the names of the embryonic membranes are chorion, amnion, yolk sac, and allantois. Look at this picture. This is the embryo, developing embryo, and around this there are 4 extra embryonic membranes. See here, this purple layer or purple membrane around this is the chorion. Under this chorion, this blue color membrane is called as amnion. Now where is yolk sac? Yolk sac is this yellow bag like structure, and this green color structure over here is allantois. So there are 4 membranes around, that is outside the embryo, and so they are called as extraembryonic membranes. These membranes are involved in protection, nutrition and excretion of the embryo. Now students, let us see which membrane performs what. So the first membrane is chorion. Chorion is the outermost membrane, right? So this is the outermost membrane. This chorionic membrane develops finger-like projections on one side. See here the finger-like projections, and these finger-like projections are deeply penetrated into the endometrial tissue. Students, this whole embryo is inside endometrium, but on one side the chorionic membrane forms finger-like projections, and these finger-like projections are so deep inside endometrium such that they get the contact with the blood vessels of the endometrium. So we find lot of blood vessels in the endometrium in this region, and this finger-like projections have the blood vessels of the embryo. So exchange of materials takes place between the embryonic blood and the mother blood. Got it? So mother blood gives off oxygen, food materials into the embryonic blood, and the embryonic blood releases carbon dioxide waste into the mother blood circulation. So this is how exchange of materials takes place at this region. Now this region where the endometrial tissue and the finger-like projections are present is called as placenta. So what is this region called? This region is called as placenta. And what is the role of placenta? Placenta helps in exchange of materials. Now students, this structure placenta is formed during the age of 12 weeks of pregnancy, that is around 3rd month. So placental development takes place at 3rd month. Now this embryo after the formation of placenta is no more called as embryo, it is called as fetus. After the formation of placenta, embryo is called as fetus. Telugulo aithe fetus ni pindamu antaru. Understood? So this is about chorion. Now the next membrane is amnion. Amnion is present inner to chorion. Chorion ki kinda undedi amnion, and this amniotic membrane contains amniotic fluid inside. There is a fluid inside this membrane, and this fluid is called as amniotic fluid. Amniotic fluid ni Telugulo ummaniru antaru, and actually the embryo is floating inside this fluid. This fluid keeps the embryo moist and also protects from minor mechanical injuries. So, mother chese rapid movements valla kavachu or different movements valla kavachu ee embryo ki etuvanti harm jaragakunda ee water anedi chuttu unna water anedi cushion chestu untundi. So this is the role of amnion. So what is the final conclusion? Amnion helps in protection of the embryo. Now the next membrane, it is yolk sac. This yolk sac has no role to play in humans. It just appears and then disappears soon. But in case of reptiles and birds, it stores the food materials and nourishes the developing embryo. Students, do you remember reptiles and birds? In reptiles and birds, the development of embryo takes place outside the body, that is inside eggs. There is no connection between embryo and the mother organism. So because the development has to take place outside the mother organism's body, they require something to hold or store food materials. So it is yolk sac that stores food materials and nourishes the developing embryo. That is about yolk sac. Now the last membrane is allantois. So this green structure is allantois, right? This membrane forms the major part of umbilical cord. Students, do you know what is umbilical cord? It is the pipe-like structure that connects embryo with the mother. Have you ever seen the delivery of a baby, students? You might have seen. The newborn baby has a pipe-like structure at her navel region. So బొట్టు దగ్గర ఒక పైప్ లాగా ఉంటుంది కదా, ఆ పైపు మదర్ కి కనెక్ట్ అయి ఉంటుంది. ఆ పైప్ ని ఏమంటారంటే అంబిలికల్ కార్డ్ అంటారు. సో ఇన్ దిస్ అంబిలికల్ కార్డ్ ద మేజర్ పోర్షన్ ఈస్ allantois membrane, and this allantois membrane starts from the digestive system of the embryo and goes up to placenta through umbilical cord. And this allantois contains many blood vessels that connect embryo with placenta. So the role of this allantois is, as it has blood vessels and it is going to placenta, it helps in nutrition and waste removal. Got it, students? Yes, this is how the extra embryonic membranes help in the development of embryo. Now, as the development continues, the size of the uterus increases in diameter, and around 9th month, the baby rotates such that he is upside down. Upside down means head down and legs up. This position is called as cephalic position, and this position is favorable for the delivery. But sometimes it does not happen, means rotation does not happen, and the baby will be like this, legs down and head up. This position is called as breech position, and this position is difficult for delivery. ఇలా ఉంటే డెలివరీ అనేది కష్టం అవుతుంది. However, when the baby is fully developed and is ready for delivery, then the pituitary gland of mother releases a hormone called oxytocin. This hormone results in labor pains. Labor pains means పురిటి నొప్పులు. So the mother starts feeling pains. These pains are due to rhythmic contraction and relaxation of uterus. So ఈ నొప్పి దేనికి వస్తుందంటే యూటరైన్ వాల్ ఉంటుంది కదా, అది rhythmic గా కంట్రాక్ట్ అయ్యి రిలాక్స్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. Due to that, the mother gets pain. Now, at this stage, the amniotic membrane around the baby breaks and the amniotic fluid leaks out. This is the good sign for delivery. Amniotic fluid ila bayata vacheyadamu good sign for delivery. Means ventane delivery అయిపోతుంది అని అర్థం అన్నమాట. Now the contractions become more rapid and strong so that the baby is pushed out from vagina. So contractions చాలా rapid గా జరిగి baby అనేది vagina ద్వారా బయటకు వచ్చేస్తుంది. This is what is called as delivery. Now the doctors cut the umbilical cord and detach the baby from mother. So baby కి mother కి మధ్యలో ఉండే కనెక్షన్ ఏంటి? Umbilical cord, and that cord is cut. Now, even after delivery, the contractions of uterus continue for some time, and these contractions push out the placenta out of the body. This pushed out placenta after delivery is called as afterbirth. So, delivery tarvata kuda contractions కొంచెంసేపు కంటిన్యూ అవుతాయి, and due to these contractions, ప్లాసెంటా అనేది బయట వచ్చేస్తుంది. అండ్ ఈ ప్లాసెంటానే ఏమంటారంటే ఆఫ్టర్ బర్త్ అంటారు. డూ యూ రిమెంబర్? దిస్ ఇస్ ద ప్లాసెంటా that comes out after delivery, and it is called as afterbirth. Now, immediately after delivery, the pituitary gland of mother produces a hormone called prolactin. The common name of this hormone is milk hormone. Under the influence of this hormone, the mammary glands of mother, that is the breasts of mother, start producing milk, and this milk looks like lymph. You know, right? Lymph is light yellow fluid which is very thick. Similarly, the first formed milk is also yellow in color and is thick. This first formed milk is called as colostrum. So what is colostrum? It is the first formed milk after delivery. Now, this colostrum is full of antibodies. It contains varieties of antibodies which protect the baby from various diseases. So the doctor always suggests the mothers to feed their baby with colostrum. No baby should miss out this colostrum because it is very important for the development of immunity in the newborn babies. Did you understand? So what did you learn in this video? You have learnt fertilization, development of embryo, then childbirth, and you have learnt about colostrum. I hope you all understood this video. Thank you.